For over 100 years, we've been working with your best interests at heart. We've been working with industry, collecting best practice, helping to shape what good looks like. We began with tram tracks. We standardised gauge sizes, accelerating the expansion of rail networks across the world.
And we've been busy since then. We are proud to have originated the world's 3 most widely adopted standards. And today we have over 58,000 to choose from. They are springboards to innovation, helping shape leading-edge concepts like smart cities and the Internet of Things. But really we're still looking at the same fundamentals, how things work, making sure they work safely, making sure they work properly.
Our trainers share their insight and experience with tens of thousands of organizations worldwide, allowing for best practices to be applied in the real world with confidence. Our auditors use their expertise on every continent to help organizations implement core management systems, helping them to drive continued improvement and build resilience.
And our consultants advise up to 60,000 days a year on compliance, regulation, information security, environmental health and safety, and supply chains, helping organizations improve their performance and comply with regulations.
In our labs, our product certification teams spend thousands of hours each year testing everyday items, from windows, doors, and lighting, to items that protect and save lives, such as respiratory equipment and medical devices. This helps people know they're safe in their own homes, safe on work sites, and safe when under the care of medical professionals. We are BSI,
A Royal Charter, independent, non-profit distribution organisation.
We reinvest 100% of our profit back into our company.
One of our key assets we invest in is our people.
Our passion, expertise, integrity, inclusive nature, and commitment to continual improvement sets BSI apart. We are trusted by organizations the world over, and we enable them to be trusted by their customers.
To be more secure,
More responsible.
More robust.
More innovative.
more agile, and ultimately, more resilient.
BSI, making excellence a habit.
Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. I would like to welcome you to the Digital Practice webinar today on empowering our clients and colleagues through deeply digital automation. My name is Javeria Ahmed. I am the Programme Manager for the Digital Practice and will be your host for this event. During this presentation, you are all muted, but please feel free to address any questions you have in the chat facility, where our moderator will filter through them to be addressed by the panel in the Q&A. So what is our agenda for today? As all who have registered will know, this session will be showcasing BSI's deeply digital strategy by bringing digital to life for a sustainable and collaborative future. The Digital Practice, along with our digital ambassadors, will walk you through how we can all empower our clients and colleagues to achieve this. So how are we going to showcase this transformational journey for you? Let me set the scene. The main topics for the day, as I introduce our speakers and digital ambassadors across BSI, will demonstrate our deeply digital way of thinking. Today we will begin with a message from our CEO, Susan Taylor-Martin, on why our people are so important to BSI. We will hear from our keynote speaker and sponsor, Cecile Wallace, on what the vision, purpose and strategy is for the digital practice and how it fits into the key message and strategy of BSI. I will talk you through our team and some initiatives centred around automation and the Power Platform. Nadia Ahmed, one of our IT business partners within the strategy and architecture space, will speak to us about the power of collaboration in scaling digital performance and delivery, especially in the automation space. Following that, our digital ambassador, Michael Saleh, who is the head of the Continental Europe CSC, will share with you the collaboration direction for automation and digital in his area. In addition to this, our own digital practice guru Abbas Akbar will bring to life the power of digital by sharing a demonstration with us of a real live use case from BSI. In addition to this, we will also be having a look at what our roadmap is shaping up to be in the coming months and year ahead as we embark on our deeply digital journey. Our digital ambassadors, Gary Robinson, who is Commercial Solutions Director from Group Strategy and Transformation, and Paul Reardon, our Commercial Digital Director, will share with us their new digital initiatives and journey on Project Artemis and CRM respectively. To wrap things up, our IT Technology Change Lead, Sidi, will be sharing his thoughts on how we will land being deeply digital in BSI and how each and every one of us can be a part of the journey and be involved. Having heard so much from our speakers and digital ambassadors, we will then open the floor for you to engage with our live panel by asking questions, creating conversations, and sharing ideas. So please sit back and enjoy.
Too often, we use language like human resources, human capital, assets, when talking about employees. We need to change both our language and our approach, recognizing that we need to talk about people. And to succeed, we need to support and care for the individuals we work with. Those organizations that have prioritized their people have been the most resilient. Organizations have seen how important their people are in creating agile and innovative responses in times of disruption. And they now want to harness this power for the long term, recognizing the competitive advantages it will bring. BSI shapes, shares, and embeds best practice so that organizations can become trusted, resilient, and ready to succeed in our ever-changing world.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to those of you joining us around the world. I'm delighted to be asked to talk a little bit about digital practice in IT as part of the Chief Executive Innovation Challenge. I'm going to take a minute or two to tell you a little bit about the journey we've been on and probably try to put this in the context of BSI, Deeply Digital Strategic Ambition. Many organizations out there think about defining digital in many different ways. For some organizations, it is about becoming much closer to the customer and the client's aspirations. For other organizations, it's about doing things in a very different way and therefore changing the operating model. And for some organizations, it's heavily a technology play. For us at BSI, we've been thinking very hard last year about how do we get started on becoming a deeply digital business and what do we need to do in IT to enable that strategic ambition. It has meant that we've been thinking about what we have, what we are investing in, above and beyond the foundational technology and technical capabilities to create a modern business that the technology transformation program is already driving in network, in security, or in integration of our capabilities and systems. Recognizing that we do need to also get started in learning how to operate and be more digital. This is where the heart and the idea, I guess, of creating a very small digital practice in IT to help partner with our innovation colleagues, partner across BSI in our different many teams to create an opportunity to invest in the underlying digital technical capabilities that BSI needs to get started on the deeply digital journey. Such capabilities are, the creation of safe test environment for new products and services, the ability to understand what skills and capabilities are needed to scale innovations when they come to the right maturity point, but also make better use and adoption of our digital tools, such as that provided by Microsoft. In addition to that, this has always been an opportunity to also test how to do things in a different way And the key word here is collaboration, ensuring that we build cross-functional teams to enable faster, more agile innovation, but also faster automation, faster ways of getting products and services to market, better ways of enabling our colleagues to do their job day to day, thanks to greater automation. I'm absolutely delighted that the team in IT and the digital practice, in collaboration with our innovation colleague, have put together the strong platform upon which all of your ideas have been submitted over the last few days, and I will be joining them in helping select the very, very best ideas for across BSI. Our team will be talking to you about the work that they've been doing across the business to support the enablement of our digital technology ambition and the underlying technical capabilities that we need to foster not just new innovation, but also foster new ways of working through the adoption of digital technical capabilities. I wish you an absolute fantastic time as part of the Chief Executive Innovation Challenge, and I look forward to see all of your ideas.
Thank you, Cecile. Your introduction has set the scene for me to introduce you to our team and current initiatives perfectly. The digital practice sits within the IT Transformation Programme, headed by Sam Drimmer, who I think many of you will already know. And obviously our sponsor is Cecile Wallace. We are currently a small team who engage across many areas, both within the BSI business and IT, via our collaboration through the IT business partner community and the IT Transformation Programme itself. Our team is made up currently of our PM, Olusola, our BA, Michelle, our solution architect, Abbas, who you will hear from shortly, our EA, Darren, and our digital cloud engineer, Pavan. It would be a good point for me to actually point out here that sometimes many confuse us with Digital Workplace, who are BSI's end user service team, and Digital Trust, which is actually our cyber risk advisory and security testing service to clients. We are most definitely not either of those, as our focus is to take technology, whether it be core or new, and create the enablement mechanism to empower our colleagues and clients to move forward, and in simple terms. It is simply about the ability to work better than before through continuity. It means working together without being together. It means making processes and technology more efficient. So what are our current initiatives? One has been launching an ideas management portal with our group innovation team. I think many may have registered to the event today through that. I say that with a little tongue in cheek. Or maybe you use it to register an idea for the CEO Innovation Challenge. Many may already have heard of the Digital Automation Project or have attended our many business stakeholder walkthroughs for the Microsoft Power Platform. Still no? Perhaps you've heard your colleagues talking about opportunities to creating digital solutions, irrespective of your level of IT savviness, for example, low-code, no-code applications. Still don't know? Well, as we were talking about opportunities, we have spent the last few months speaking to different colleagues and teams within BSI by organising walkthroughs to showcase the power of digital through automation. During the walkthroughs, we've come across some key points. 1, there is an appetite for being deeply digital and thinking digital first within BSI. 2, there exists opportunities to embed digital ways of working when we look at our current processes and business activities. And 3, colleagues have already fed back to us on some initiatives they would like the digital practice to support as part of our pilots. And how have we achieved all of this? Through collaboration and support from our IT business partner community, which means I can now hand over to Nadia, who will explain how this was all possible.
Thank you, Javaria. Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. I'm Nadia Ahmed, the IT Business Partner for Commercial and Strategy, also covering our digital and innovation areas. For some of you, this might be the first time you are hearing about IT Business Partners. The IT business partnering capability is relatively new at the BSI, but has been key in driving collaboration between the digital practice and our colleagues in the different business functions and divisions. Myself and the other IT business partners have worked on building a relationship with our stakeholders by taking time to learn about their processes and pain points. We have then helped facilitate the conversation with the digital practice team to proffer solutions as part of this digital journey, whilst ensuring our stakeholders have a very good experience during this process. To kick off the conversations, stakeholders were invited to walk through deep dives and requirements gathering sessions with the digital practice team to identify areas where automation can help to streamline processes by removing manual work, make life easier for our colleagues, and drive the BSI digital strategy across all areas of the organisation. Alongside automation, we've also focused on and identified other areas where the digital practice can provide input or support the divisions on their journey to being deeply digital. This has resulted in collaborations which will form part of the future initiatives that will be covered later in this presentation. My role as the Commercial and Strategy Business Partner also allows me to work closely with the digital practice and innovation teams on initiatives which can benefit both our clients and colleagues. This opportunity gives me a unique view of the IT, business and digital landscapes, whilst being part of the collaboration between multiple teams within BSI who are all focused on driving the change as BSI becomes deeply digital. As we begin on this journey, I'm looking forward to working with more of you on realising the opportunities which are available through collaboration with the digital practice. I would like to encourage you to reach out to your IT business partners to know more and engage with this exciting new area. Thank you, and I will now hand over to Michal, who was invited by my fellow IT business partner Catherine to participate in the digital automation project. Michal will be sharing with us what they have been able to achieve as a team as they focus on being digitally minded and creating positive outcomes for colleagues and clients.
Thank you, Nadia, and good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone. Firstly, thank you to Digital Practice for nominating me as one of your digital ambassadors. It's a pleasure. My name is Michal Saleh and I'm the Head of Continental Europe Customer Services Center within BSI Assurance. Together with my team, we work closely with our customers, auditors, and many teams in BSI globally to provide management systems and product certification services. We strive to deliver the highest possible level of service to our clients, and because of the nature of the customer service area, a lot of our work is volume driven. That's why earlier this year, in pursuit of greater efficiency, we started looking into robotics process automation. In essence, it's a technology that makes it easy to build, deploy, and manage software robots which emulate human actions, interacting with digital systems and software. It doesn't replace a human, but allows to deal with large portions of simple and repetitive tasks. The standard way of thinking about automation often involves costly changes in legacy platforms, like Point Global or SAP. These are core ERP systems, which whenever modified require a lot of effort to fully optimize the solution for everyone using the system. When you think about RPA, you need to think of it not as a to-be solution, but rather a quick win opportunity to free up teams' capacity and improve efficiency. We were specifically looking for, first, rapid cost savings because we wanted to grow the volume of services without necessarily growing the cost base. Higher customer satisfaction. Bots can work around the clock and reduce wait times. Improved employee morale because automation will allow them to focus on the more intellectually challenging activities while removing the mundane tasks nobody wants to do. And last but not least, we wanted quick results. RPA emulates a human, does not alter systems, does not modify the process itself, and that makes the project much simpler. We defined the unique value proposition we wanted to get out of it, together with key improvement metrics. Initially, we partnered with an external service provider who have come and advised us on which processes to focus on, what platforms to use, and craft an implementation roadmap together with the investment required. We didn't want to go all in with investment, but rather do a proof of concept first, and then do a wider rollout once we can determine the factual benefits. But even the proof of concept proved quite costly. So up to €70,000 for the pilot, which comprised of design, development, testing, and rollout, as well as one-year licensing costs, and about €300,000 for the full scope of what we were considering. Of course, that was dependent on a lot of variables. But I have to say, I was extremely pleased that through BSI Digital Practice Team, we now have this option to bring all that work in-house and develop internally on Microsoft Power Platform. The model of this platform is also pretty amazing in how it empowers the business users themselves to scale and adapt the solutions they need to their ever-changing requirements. With the digital practice team, we are no longer limited to the scope of what we want to automate, but we just need to focus on what to automate first. I see this as a huge potential for BSI to take the next step in becoming a truly digital business, and I really do hope that more business stakeholders discover how much the automation in this platform can benefit them. Thank you, and with this, I would like to hand over to my colleague, Abbas. Abbas, over to you.
As the head of the Customer Service Center of Continental Europe for BSI Assurance, you deal with hundreds of stakeholders, from auditors to customers to teams within BSI. So the key question is, how can we at the digital practice using the Power Platform assist you so we can improve employee morale and allow your employees to work and do more intellectually stimulating things? We want that for you. So firstly, it's important to state that with the digital practice, you get sustainability in your business area. We won't just implement an automation solution and walk away, but rather we will actually train your team to use the Power Platform in the long run to solve their business's own problems, if you will, right? And how do we do this? We train you up. We bring your team to see how we use the Power Platform to implement, and with the training, with the Microsoft certifications, with the knowledge sharing that we do, we hope that you will pick up the low-code capability of the Power Platform and solve your problems for yourself, hence bringing about that sustainability. Secondly, we're passionate about improving your employee morale. Therefore, we will see the growth in your teams as they engage with us, and they will take the initiative to use the toolset to come up with innovative solutions to make BSI Assurance a deeply digital practice. Of that, I am assured. So what is the Power Platform? It is a suite of 5 low-code, no-code products that cuts through the entire Microsoft technology stack to provide business users with the capability to solve their own problems without writing any code or utilizing the low-code capabilities. However, the platform doesn't just fall off a cliff actually, because we can work with pro developers in Fusion teams to create and solve business problems. And the idea is that capability of Fusion to bring pro code developers, low code developers, and no code developers in such a way where we're utilizing everybody's expertise and everybody's time in a joined team of cross-disciplinary people. The Power Platform today is a suite of 5 products. Power BI, which is Microsoft's matured business application for data visualization and data analysis. It's incredibly rich with facilities, and Microsoft are keeping on adding to Power BI. Then we have Power Apps, the ability to create mobile, web, and desktop applications, if you will, for business use across the board, and it is incredibly a powerful system. During COVID, we had hundreds of thousands of utilizers and makers across the world creating applications for usage. Then we have Power Virtual Agents, a chatbot solution that can be embedded from Microsoft Teams to the web to be able to ensure that we can provide information to people as soon as the need arises. And Power Virtual Agents connected with the Power Apps can actually be a very, very powerful solution to be able to get employee information or any information in any database, if you will, and therefore provide the questioner with their information in a natural conversation. Then we have have Power Automate, which is utilized for integration and robotic process automation. And Power Automate has hundreds of connectors that give it the capability to continue building integrations in a low-code way, actually. And Microsoft are keeping on adding to these connectors. Just this week, we had an announcement that connectors were introduced to SAP and templates were announced to SAP, actually. And then we have Power Pages with the ability to create enterprise-grade websites and client-facing and customer-facing portals to share the customer information with them, if you will, right? And these 5 tools are deeply integrated across the whole of the Microsoft technology stack, actually, from Office 365 to the Business Applications Cloud to the Microsoft Azure Cloud, if you will. However, the Power Platform is much, much more than this. Under the hood comes multiple platform capabilities and a huge suite of Lego blocks to accelerate solving your business problems, actually. And it is these Lego blocks that we have utilized today to showcase a very simple demo. In continental Europe, since the team works across 12 processes in high volumes to provide customer support for BSI Assurance, 8 out of 12 processes are scheduling related, where there is a lot of pain currently. We go back and forth with customers, auditors, and teams within BSI to schedule. The logistics across these large volumes are depending on finding the right people with the right skill, with the right language, at the right time. And it is that which makes it challenging. So here we demonstrate a simple schedule board we have built utilizing the Power Platform to bring together the diaries of everyone, to search and filter based on their skills and availability, to use a simple interface tailored to our needs, to keep them engaged and to keep our people engaged in a workflow designed for their needs. We do this using low code, and we have taken away the pain in 8 out of 12 processes. And that for me is the real value here. Now, the ability with this schedule board, when we embed it, when we scale it in continental Europe, what we do is we take that pain away from people. And when we automate that, we actually increase employee morale, and these people could actually work to be able to improve the schedule board, to be able to deliver better automations for their team members, and that learning for BSI Assurance will be incredibly valuable. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Abbas, for that demonstration. That, in a whistle stop, is the power of digital. I'm sure you would say Abbas makes that look far too easy. Yes, that is the intention. We're looking to bring to life the power of digital by encouraging us as colleagues to embrace this way of thinking. You do not have to be an IT techie or guru to use the platform and its capabilities that Abbas has shared with us. As I said before, colleagues we engage with have been enthused by the opportunity that thinking digital will bring them by improving their efficiency, reducing pain points, accelerating their effectiveness, and creating solutions for colleagues and clients that are lasting. Many have also expressed their desire to use this opportunity to work collaboratively across the business and with the digital practice. Our colleagues have said there is an opportunity to change the way we work. They've looked at their processes, activities, and ways of working, and highlighted improvements and efficiencies that could be introduced if only we were to digitalise. By doing this, we will reduce effort, increase efficiency and productivity while meeting the needs of clients and colleagues alike. Lastly, our colleagues have, within the last few months of engaging with them, highlighted some initiatives and ways of working they would like the digital practice to support through digitalisation, as explained by Michalik earlier, for example. Colleagues and teams have put forward ideas to change how things are done and how processes are driven by introducing a digital approach and mindset. With these thoughts in mind and this challenge at the doorstep of the digital practice, we've decided that the next steps will be to focus on some initiatives over the next few months to prove that being deeply digital and digital first in our thinking can give us a competitive advantage. So, for 2023 and our roadmap, we've started with scoping and initiating conversations with our 2 following speakers as digital ambassadors, Gary and Paul. The complexities and demand of what we are looking to achieve with our 2 digital ambassadors and their areas will become clear through their presentations. Our digital ambassadors have, within their business areas and teams, demonstrated the power of digital by initiating digital-first conversations. I will now hand over to Gary to continue.
Hi, I'm Gary Robinson. I'm the Commercial Solution Director here at BSI for our BSI Connect Solutions. I'm going to talk a little bit today about some of the collaboration and teamwork that we're doing across our innovation teams and our IT teams. Because as we know, your team can be one size, but together we have a much bigger team and we can accomplish a lot more. So with that in mind, I'm going to share a little bit here. I'd like to start off by talking about our BSI Connect solutions. For those who aren't aware, these are our customer-facing client applications. So from the insurance side, you'll know the Connect portal, how we're helping to service over 24,000 clients on their day-to-day schedules, activities, audits, follow-ups, CAPAs, and that sort of thing. You'll also notice last year that we did the BSI Connect rebrand. So we're looking to connect and talk about our solutions in a way that we can talk about all of them and not just single applications across the board. So last year saw us launch Connect Plus. We also launched the revision and the new branding with our supply chain solutions with Connect Screen. And I'm really happy to say we're currently focusing on improvements to our base level platform for Connect to modernize that with new architectures that can really take us forward in being deeply digital. So with that in mind, I can also share some of the amazing clients that we have. So here's a few of our clients that we have for our BSI Connect supply chain solutions and screen. One thing to note here is we have some of the largest brands on the planet, so we should be very proud that we're supporting some amazing companies with our technology as well. So that leads us into today's words you may have heard around the business to a certain degree. So what does it mean to be deeply digital? Recently in some conversations around the business, we've boiled this down to 7 digital pivots that can help propel an organization toward digital maturity. And you'll see a lot on Innovation Day that we're talking a lot about things like flexible infrastructure in order to implement technology while balancing security and privacy with flexibility to move forward at pace. We're also talking about data a lot more in terms of aggregating and activating and monetizing data that typically may have been siloed or not used too much. And some of the presentations we'll be looking at also cover intelligent workflows. So that Venn diagram covers a lot of projects that we're seeing that would fall under the guise of digital technology. Some other pivots though that are also go with this isn't just about the technology itself. It's about looking at the customer experience that goes with that and how technology can enable that and improve that in some way. It's about us as the team, not only us, but also the people we work with, the ecosystem we engage in order to bring new solutions and potentially, that could change our business model. So there's really a through line between, the customer experience, how we're looking at that and how we're adapting our business to meet those needs. So there's a lot behind these two words being deeply digital that is very exciting. And I have to say, working with the innovation team and working with many of the IT teams in terms of security and architecture, things like SSO and sign-in and identity access, but also looking at new technologies and how we can integrate them with where we're going. And so I'll talk a little bit more about that. One of the projects that we're working on now is internally called Artemis, but it's a next generation backend architecture for our Connect applications. And we started looking at this last year, and we've been actually proving this out at the beginning of this year. And what this is going to enable us to do is actually improve how fast we can build solutions for our clients. It's also going to improve things like performance of our applications, integration with our clients' ecosystems, but also other applications they may be using. Not just that, it's about resiliency in terms of where these technologies are going and reducing the total cost of ownership for us to actually really scale the amount of this that we can do with our clients. Not only that, we know from many of the IT conversations working with Javaria and Abbas and our main contact with Nadia Ahmed that we've been able to really look at how some of these commercial facing platforms and how we're going to do this can actually work with some of the tooling that we're focusing on inside BSI. And the two together, we can actually start to Connect Up to do a lot more in terms of speed of operations, in terms of automating in areas where we haven't been able to do that before. So very excited about where we can go. And I'll just end on knowing that we'll know we're becoming deeply digital at BSI when we start to see our service and our software as the same thing. When our service becomes the software and we're just engaging very digitally with our clients, and it's a very natural thing and not a number of products that do that. So with that in mind, enjoy the rest of the day and the rest of the presentations. Thank you.
I'm excited to be part of this Innovation Week, and I'm grateful for the chance to talk to you and share my thoughts on the new digital practice and why it's so important to BSI and our clients. It's an interesting concept really, isn't it, when you think about digital, and yet we're a people business. All of our work is around the clients and the value that our people bring to our clients. And we're also recognised for our expertise and skills in convening and bringing together all the stakeholders who work so hard to build the standards that we create and publish and then deliver again to our clients. So if our business is built around this expertise in our people and the knowledge, why is digital so important? And why is it important that we're deeply digital? Well, from a commercial point of view, that's really what we need to look at. And what we're looking at is the way our clients want to do business, the way that transactions are changing. And this has been happening over time, and that change is now accelerating. Obviously, COVID had a major impact on that, in it pushed more businesses online, but businesses have been moving to online information over the past decade. And that's what we have to understand. There's some information from Gartner that tells us that 72% of the businesses today would prefer to be buying on digital platforms and to buy their products and services that way. That's a preference, but they're also saying by 2025, in the business-to-business market, over 80% of all transactions will be digital. So we have to address that. We have to think about how our clients want to engage with us and how we service them. So what are we looking to do, and how will the digital practice help us? Well, we've got a lot of really good tools in BSI already, and we just need to make sure that they work really well and provide the knowledge and information to our clients and to you, our sellers, so that we can empower people with information using digital technology. Not only that, we want to move more towards a self-service environment for our clients. How can we deliver that information to them in a digital format at the time and in the format they want? Or to you, to provide to the clients at that point of interaction. Again, providing more insight and information from the data we have. So for me, the digital practice is going to help me connect a lot of our existing systems together and make that journey for our clients easier. Because we have to think about how those clients work with us in the journey of recruit to retain, i.e. from the point we first engage with them through marketing or on our website, through the sales transaction, through the delivery, through billing, and then into relationship management for their ongoing needs in the years to come. We need to be able to do that in a connected digital world. And we need to share all the data through our organisation so that everybody is empowered with the right knowledge when having that conversation with the client. So for me, the digital practice is really going to aid me take the tools we have and join them up and make that journey more seamless, more integrated, and more simple for everyone. So I'm really excited to go on that journey, and I'm really looking forward to working with the digital practice in delivering some new, exciting, innovative solutions in the future. And I'm really looking forward to reviewing some of the innovative solutions that you will be suggesting as part of Innovation Week. Thank you.
Good morning, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, Paul. I am Sijo Tenibagbe. I am the IT Transformation Program Change Lead, and I work very closely with Javeria and the Automation Program team. Having heard so much from my colleagues, you're thinking, what does this really mean for me, and how do we learn being deeply digital as an organization? Firstly, as many of my colleagues have already spoken, Deeply Digital is a journey that starts with us all, BSI colleagues. Our goal is to walk the journey with you, hand in hand and collaboratively, with the aim to consistently deliver best-in-class digital solutions for colleagues and clients. To do this, we'll be looking at 4 key areas within the digital practice space, and they are engagement, training, changing the way we work, and effective communications. We will engage with you as a partner to understand what your pain points are and what would you like us to do in helping you remove or reduce these pain points, whilst also working with you in designing the solutions. When it comes to training, we're going to work hand in hand with you. We will look to transfer skills to you and upskill you to own your journey as colleagues, business areas, and teams. The training focus will be to equip you as digital enthusiasts and build on your passions and areas of natural inclinations to achieve better outputs and outcomes for your business. We will practically do this as we expose you to enabling platforms that will help you to do what you do quicker, better, and more efficiently without necessarily making you a guru that knows it all. And when it comes to changing the way we work, how are we going to do this? We can only change the way we work if we begin to change the way we think about how we deliver value to our colleagues and clients. The goal is to begin to think digital first by being deeply digital in our approach to our solution. When we encounter a challenge, be it too many manual processes, pain points, time-consuming efforts, ineffective processes, we need to start thinking how to best solve these challenges by thinking digital, which will ensure we make outcomes work better for us, for our colleagues, and for clients. The question when we face challenges should be, what can I do to make this more efficient? How can I work collaboratively and spend less time on doing what I do, whilst at the same time making the processes that I'm working on now better and to deliver the right outcomes? The focus and the drive would be to get the right answers and outcomes. And to do this, we need to organize ourselves differently as a business. Organize ourselves differently when it comes to thinking digital. We need digital ambassadors, supporters, enthusiasts across BSI who can help champion the digital cause. Digital ambassadors will work hand in hand with their business areas to sustain digital conversations and initiatives and work with colleagues to understand priorities that bring the best value through collaboration with businesses and clients and all stakeholders. Building the establishment of digital ambassadors, we will seek to have a thriving community of practice that will self-govern itself in line with our future state center of excellent expectations and activities. By organizing ourselves this way, what we realize is not only are we collaborating and working hand in hand, but we're supporting one another and sharing ideas and best practices. Now, when it comes to effective communication, the plan is to ensure that all these activities we've laid out, all these things we're going to be doing, whether it's training, whether it's working in new ways, whether it's engaging, will be underpinned by an effective communication process across the deeply digital space. So all colleagues and clients are aware of what we are focusing on when we'll be delivering outputs, what the benefits are, and how we all as colleagues and our clients can play our role and part in the journey. Communications will be delivered via the digital ambassadors supported by the ITBP community and IT leadership, as well as through our traditional channels such as emails, Yammer, SharePoint, and so on. So I would like to call on you today. Begin to think, what can I bring to this space to support this journey? Thank you.
Thank you, Siji, for the passionate delivery of our final presentation. It's not easy being the last presenter. Final thoughts? As Cecile shared earlier, this is a journey, and we want you to come with us as we become a deeply digital organisation. I would like to thank all the presenters today who have taken their time to share their thoughts, ideas and words of wisdom, and to all of you for your time and for allowing us to share this digital journey with you. I will now open the floor to any comments or questions. Thank you.
Hello? Okay, can everyone hear me? Just a thumbs up from someone would be great. Okay, thank you. There are some questions. I think I said chat at the top of the call, but I actually should have said in the Q&A area. There's a question here for Cecile. It says, you mentioned the strategic vision and the journey BSI is going on to become a deeply digital organisation, which seems to be very new. How do you see the digital practice helping drive this in the business divisions?
Thank you for your question. So let me try to answer this question by thinking back about what BSI does and the journey of becoming a deeply digital means for BSI. I think Susan kind of outlined very well at the beginning of our presentation that BSI, is really about shaping, sharing, enabling, continuously assuring, what we do, from standards definitions to sharing to shaping into assuring that organizations out there are best equipped to keep their world, our world, a more resilient place. And we do that, through 58,000 standards that we have. Now, if you think back about what the ask of the client, the customer looks like today, and I think Paul outlined this, the latest Gartner report is really quite insightful. We totally understand that the future of BSI has to be digital. It's no longer a decision that we are making. It's a question of relevancy for BSI. And therefore, as we've been thinking about starting on the digital journey, we've been thinking about what is it that we need to do to kickstart in a sustainable but also successful way. As we are investing in many of our transformation programs, whether that's making our customer relationship management better, whether that's enabling better security in our technology transformation, we've also had to think, and a big element of light bulb moment happened a few months back when we thought, but if we only do this and we don't start investing in making our people think differently about what it means to be digital, adopting the tools, really embodying what it is to be digital ourselves and our colleagues, we just will be missing the big step change that we all need to make. Hence the idea of the digital practice. Now, when it comes to how do we then take that digital practice and help drive this across business divisions, I'm hoping that you've heard for some of our business colleagues, whether that's Paul in commercial, Mikhail, and Gary in strategy and transformation, all of those initiatives, whether they are through automation of our financial processes and making our colleagues' life better, will then enable those colleagues to focus on the client, to focus on the added value
that we need to be bringing to make our digital product and services much more impactful. Whether that is in the standard space, if I can give you an example of some of the adoption of the digital practice, we've been running hackathon to look at making our standards smarter earlier in the year. For the knowledge services teams, we will be looking again, and I know Javeria has set out some of our 4 key lighthouses projects, as I like to call them, for 2023, which will, that's what we will be measured on. But that doesn't stop us beginning to kind of filter through each of the divisions, those good enabling tools, those good enabling platforms, and those digital skills. We know that, we can leverage Power Platforms for smart standards. We know that we can leverage Power Platforms and the infrastructure that we're building for data science, and I know Craig is with us today, to kind of accelerate our adoption of data science in a sustainable way, so that the proof of concept that innovations are driving can be benefiting consulting services, whether in supply chain, whether that's in assurance for continuous assurance purposes. So we've got many, many examples of how we will be continuing to drive the digitalization, if you want. I do not like this term, by the way, we need to come up with something better, but of our product and services, and helping shape what has been, for example, if we think about audit and assurance, something much more akin to how a client and a customer would like our product and services to be offered to them, which is probably going to change in its own right. So it's not just what we offer, but it's how we offer it and how the client and the customer access it and consumes it, that this digital practice will also be helping with, just by setting out the good technical automations, enabling platforms, the skills, and empowering. This section is called Empowering Our Clients and Colleagues Through Deeply Digital Automation. It very much starts for me with empowering our colleagues and fostering that collaboration that hopefully you have seen displayed today.
Thank you, Cecile. Very eloquently put. We have another question here. Abbas very briefly showed 8 out of the 12 processes automated. The demo was a bit short, but what did they look like manually in context to what was demonstrated? How easy is it to create what was shown?
Hi everyone, and thank you for the question. In terms of creating what was shown on the screen, to create a schedule board from scratch within the Power Platform isn't an easy endeavor. You need to use quite a few components. You need to use you need to understand the end user requirements, and you need to be able to bring all of these components together and building it in a clean user interface. So it is not I'm not going to sit here and say that it was a simple endeavor and I clicked a few buttons and you saw what you saw on the screen. No, actually, we have to deeply think about what is it that is going to help the end users, what is it is going to empower and make the lives of our colleagues in continental Europe easy. And with that, we need to build a very rich set of capability. And building that richness and capability takes time and it takes effort. And it's about making sure that that time and that effort is put in to be able to automate for them and to be able to deliver for them a very user interface, a very clean user interface for scheduling all of their requirements, not just scheduling people, if you will. So it is a challenging thing to do. It does. However, once you've done it, once we've built it, then the idea is for the end users to be able to adjust the parameters themselves, to be able to adjust the resources themselves, to be able to adjust it and use low code in such a way that they can keep improving upon it, if you will. So what we do is we set up the foundations, we do the hard work up front, if you will, to give them that capability. Once we've handed that capability over, then they can then it's very easy for them to run with it, maintain it, build upon it, improve it. But the upfront work of getting to the point of seeing a schedule board is requires a lot of time and a lot of effort, especially with the end users.
Thank you, Abbas. Thank you for answering that question. Hope that answers it for whoever asked that question, because it's all anonymous. The next question is for Nadia. Who are the business partners and which areas of the business do they cover?
Hi, thank you, Javaria. Yes, so the business partners, we can actually share the list. Some of them are actually on this call at the moment. We have Pallavi, Oliver, Sakanta, Ramiel, and we do cover different divisions as well as group functions and central functions, but we will happily share that as part of the pack that goes out after this call. Thank you.
Thank you, Nadia. Thank you. We also have a question for Siji. Siji said that the journey of being deeply digital is about people. So what will be needed from us as BSI colleagues to make this a success?
Thanks, Javaria. I think for us, it all starts with you engaging with your business areas. That's where it all starts from, and it means you actually looking at the tools you use today and challenging the status quo. So you saying to yourselves, what are the things that we do today? How can we change these processes? What can we do by using the digital space to change the way we work, our processes, and make things more efficient? So it's about challenging the status quo today. Just like Cecile said, it's no longer the question of should we be digital. It's a question of how do we become more digital, because that's the way, that's the world we live in today. And then also when it comes to training, making yourself available to get trained, making yourself available to engage with the platform so you can get trained, and also looking out for communications to know exactly what's coming up, what you need to do from your own end to engage with not only the practice, but also with your own business areas to make this even better. So it's a whole mix of engagement, training, and also communication. And then the most important one, pushing the bar and not just basically challenging the status quo, basically. Thank you.
Thank you, Siji. I'm really conscious of time now. I think that's all the questions that have come in. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I think the innovation team are going to be posting this video along with any additional questions that were asked. So thank you, everyone. Thank you to the speakers today, and thank you for the innovation team for inviting us to be part of this. Thank you, everyone, and I hope you have a lovely day.